have Mel, who is going to introduce himself again. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, DJ LT and
How are you?
listeners. I'm very well, thank you so much.
Can't complain. If you don't mind, just reintroduce yourself and the NGO that you work for. And please give us a bit of insight onto our topic today.
All right, not a problem. Hello, hi, listeners. My name is Malusi Meldivo Garishe, and I am from Engagement Health. And we bring to you live every week the health feature proudly brought to you by us, Engagement Health. So basically, today we're going to be talking about PrEP and PIP.
Okay.
Yeah, I know those sound very technical and all of that, but I'll go down into them and explain them. And I know that you probably have some questions that you've got from me and some clarifying questions as
Yes.
well that you'd like for me to
Yes.
answer. So basically, I'm going to start with PrEP. PrEP. So what is PrEP? So PrEP is clinically it's explained as it's a pre-exposure prophylaxis pill taken by an HIV negative guy to reduce the risk of infection if they might, happen to expose themselves to any.
Okay.
Yes. So PrEP is a daily pill and recommended to be taken daily by somebody who's initiated on PrEP or somebody who's enrolled on PrEP, so that they reduce the risk of contracting the HIV virus. The reason why it's advised that you take it every day so that you lessen the risk of contraction from 0 to 9.
Okay.
Yes.
From 0 to 9.
Yeah.
To none.
To none.
Sorry, to none. To
Yeah.
none. First question with regards to PrEP, is it exclusive to men?
It's not exclusive to men, but however, we cater for men's health.
Okay.
So that's why the reiteration and the emphasis highly is on men.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of men out there don't want to go to facilities like health facilities,
Yes.
public health facilities, if I may put it in that instance. So we ensure that we facilitate and we cater for them in that instance. And our services are definitely, most probably free of charge.
Okay.
Yes.
Would it not be prudent? I feel it's really. I think the part that scares me the most is the fact that
You take it daily.
No, not that. Not the
Right.
daily part is not
It's not an issue.
is not what scares me. Is the fact that so many, and I'm sure you might attest to this, that so many men are afraid or proud, to partake in something that is precautionary, because I mean, for the most part, men can be,
Very stubborn.
stubborn and also promiscuous. So would it not be prudent, or would it not make sense, to just have like your office having a line going around the block? Is there an actual stigma attached to actually visiting such facilities, or is it just guys being guys?
I would say that it's just guys being guys, because what happens with us is that we don't have queues.
Okay.
DJ LT, the funny part is that we book our clients by appointment.
All right.
So they come by social media. We've got a Facebook page that we have. They can just drop an inbox.
Yes.
And we WhatsApp them back, and we book them an appointment, and we designate them according to wherever they are, located. And also what happens is that we also have an outreach team that goes to our communities and service and cater for these men.
Yes.
So I think it makes it easy and convenient for them not to, spend a lot of time trying to find where we are.
Or traveling.
Traveling as
Okay.
well. So we cost effective, we cut the cost for them, and we make sure that we deliver the services wherever they are desired, located.
Again, most of my questions will not be directed at the medication itself. It's real. I don't know how to put it. In the sense that I find it's scary for most guys. I mean, especially in more urban areas like your locations and rural areas and all that stuff. Now, when you have the sort of outreach programs, is is there a decent turnout? You know, I'm going to use my DJ hat now. You know, is there a turnout? You know,
Definitely, there is a turnout. I think this is the second time I'm going to, emphasize on this.
yeah,
We've got a professional team of, colleagues or, employees that we have at Engagements Health that ensure that the messaging is key and it's out there. And also the awareness is raised around the services that we provide for the men. So the turnout is always great.
okay,
The turnout is always great. And we've got also a team of community members that we call seeds that
Yeah.
help us allocate or rather navigate these high risk men that we're looking for
okay, all
for
right.
the services.
So they've already planted the seed.
So we've got
You know,
agents.
yeah, you've got sleepers there
We've got
that are
sleepers
in the communities and
Definitely.
they're bringing the guys out. So they're
They
making
are.
sure that the guys are educated in
Definitely.
what you guys are trying to achieve. I
Yes.
suppose.
And also helping the guys minimize their risk. Not
Oh
just
yes,
what,
yes.
what
I think that is the main goal is minimizing the risk and minimizing the spread of the virus.
Definitely.
Now moving
Because our
on.
work
Yes.
is centered around it's a risk intervention.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, it's a risk intervention because if you look at it like this, we try to protect you before you
Aha.
you know
Yes.
we try to protect you
Yes.
before and after you've encountered the risk.
Okay.
Of which I'm going to go more about that because
Okay.
now we're talking about the pre.
Well, yes, which is
exposure
PrEP. now.
prophylaxis,
Yeah,
PrEP.
which is PrEP.
Yes.
So now I feel like if I was in anybody else's shoes and somebody came and said, "Listen,
Yes.
this miracle drug, because yeah, well, here's
That sounds like a
here's
miracle
here,
drug.
here's a gold pill. You know, here's a gold pill that will protect you from
Contracting the virus.
contracting the virus."
Definitely.
I think I'd be there. Like, I'd be first in line. You know.
And I think you just not echo for yourself, but for a lot of other men out there, because
Yeah.
I think they jump at their wagon in that instant and in that response because they want to be protected as they understand
Aha.
the promiscuity around, their
Yes,
behavior.
the behavior and the
that-
lifestyles and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they understand very well and they are very in tune of what they do
Yeah.
behind closed doors and the risk that they, involve themselves in. So
Uh-huh.
they ensure that, hey, honey, I don't want to,
I'm not getting into
No,
yeah.
I don't.
I'm not gonna get myself
I-
into trouble.
I'd
So
rather take the
give me the
pill.
gold pill.
Give me the gold pill. And the lovely thing about the gold pill is that, oh well, there you go again. I'm taking a regular dragon. Alright. So the lovely thing about PrEP is that, so if you're given PrEP today,
Yeah.
for the next 7 days, you have to, it's a must, you have to use it with a condom, right?
Yes,
The reason
yes.
being is so that the immunity is in your body. So after 7 days, the pill is then is then effective in your body.
Okay.
And your body is immune towards the HIV virus. So it means that if I give you PrEP today, so in the next 7 days, you ensure that you
You're using protection
PrEP
until next week Wednesday.
until next week. Wednesday.
Yes.
Then you can get into the highway and to the
And
byways
then
and
do
and the
live your
night
best life.
and live your best life.
Live your best life.
Like yeah.
It still sounds scary to me. Though.
It-
Like,
it's
I
not
know some guys would be like, finally, bulletproof. Let's go.
It is.
You know? And yes it is. And
It's not as scary as the things that guys or we as men do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
of
we
course.
do a lot
Of
of
course.
hectic stuff.
There's a lot of I think a lot of people should, because I mean, I've heard a lot of counterparts say, look, I do not use protection, you
Yes.
know, and this is way before the advent of PrEP, you know, and you like, and you find it very scary that people can be just as bold and as proud to say, look, I live my life like this, and still not want to take a precautionary measure which now allows you to do it.
To do it
Freely.
without a condom.
It sounds a bit, it sounds a bit weird or just
It's
plain dumb to use, colloquial.
It does sound scary.
Yeah.
But in the same notion, we should understand that, or we should be cognizant of the fact that we like to play around.
Yeah.
Right? We like to
True.
get our fingers burnt.
Here and there. you know, a risky,
explorers.
we're a risky and
You
very
know?
intrepid gender. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So what better way than to protect yourself than taking PrEP?
Obvious.
And making sure that you are protected.
I think that's like the best idea
It's the
ever.
best idea
You know, I mean, I wish a lot more people were, you know, were in tune with the idea or aware of the idea. You know.
Definitely.
Now moving on to the post. Is it the post?
It's the post.
Yes,
Sorry, I
the
forgot
post.
something before
Yes,
we move on to
yes,
post
by all means.
exposure prophylaxis. With PrEP, people would, some other clients of mine would refer to it as an invisible condom. Hey,
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to say things to listeners and start, you know, holding myself accountable for, bringing such terminologies.
Head on the table. Head on the table.
What I'd like.
Head on the table. This is that kind of show. It's that kind. Head on the table. Head on the table. Risk it all. Risk it all.
So what I'd like our listeners to know is that it is advisable to also use PrEP with a condom because we've got STIs as well.
Yes.
Sexually transmitted infections, your drops, and then the list is endless.
Yes.
And people, the more risk you expose yourself, the more, you know, prone you are to contracting such as well.
Yes.
So I'd also advise our listeners or our possible clients, potential clients, to also make sure that they use it with a condom.
As much as possible.
Risk, yes,
as much as possible. All right. Even after the 7 day.
Even after the 7 days.
Okay. I think that's also something that to be aware of. You know, it's a big thing to be aware of.
It's a calculated risk. You calculate.
I suppose.
Risk
I
and
suppose
also
so.
see, should I use a condom with my PrEP or shouldn't I use a condom?
Okay.
Some are dating, you know, partners that are living with the virus, of which in that instance you could just use PrEP alone.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you've got multiple
that you might not know about, whose history or
sexual history.
His sexual history.
Remember, sex is an intersex. We all sleep with each other.
True.
One way or the other.
Very true.
It's just a small circle.
Yeah. Hey?
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah. And this is the first topic. This is the first topic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. And now moving on to the post, which is
POC.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So post-exposure prophylaxis, acronymed as PEP, is a pill that you take after exposure. If in the instance of a condom break, if somebody was raped or you slept with somebody that you don't even know, do ensure that you take post-exposure prophylaxis within the time frame of 72 hours.
Okay.
And you take it as prescribed, obviously, by the clinician or the counselor that is going to administer it to you.
Okay.
And it takes about 28 days to 30 days. It's a course of 30 days. After then, you go back to test, and you are free of charge. Yeah.
So for the most part, for lack of a better word,
Yes.
cures.
Okay.
This is not me claiming to have the cure to HIV or anything like that. But
No.
is that not a misconception of what the drug does?
No, I think would be also something can say, but
Yes, and I want informed. Yes, the information we put across needs to be as accurate as possible, so that
So what happens is that, so now with PEP, it's equivalent to what we call ARVs. Yes.
Yes.
So
yes.
remember, what ARVs does in your body is that it suppresses the virus in your body. So with PEP, if you take PEP, then it suppresses any risk that you might have incurred.
Okay.
And makes sure that you do not contract it. Because with HIV, you don't just sleep with somebody today and wake up tomorrow and you become positive. It takes a
while.
Not a while, but time.
Okay.
Yeah, time, like a few days, for the virus to manifest itself in your body.
Okay.
Because any foreign virus that comes into your body, it's rejected by your immune system.
Yes.
So now, here's the virus coming into your body. Within 72 hours, you get to engage Men's Health. We give you PrEP. So the chances of you contracting or it manifesting in your body are 0 to none also. So that's how it works. Exactly.
So it
doesn't
works.
replicate, because how the virus lives in your body is that it needs to attach itself and
Yes.
identifies itself to
your
your
immune,
DNA.
yes, to your DNA.
So once it's done that, then it can multiply. So we give you a second chance so that it does not even
It just
attach itself.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
That
So
makes
that's PEP. I know I was a bit clinical a bit with that explanation.
No, we needed it.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, it was. I think PrEP is more self-explanatory.
Very.
You know,
It's like taking a condom before having sex.
Yeah. Well,
It's
so it's like swallowing a condom.
Well, exactly. But like, yeah. Never heard of such, yeah. But I think I could say so.
We have to think of such things to keep the show going. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I PrEP is a lot more self-explanatory than PEP.
99.9% accurate. So
Okay.
It's even, more accurate than a condom.
And we've asked this before. Both I asked this
Both.
about both drugs now. Do they have any side effects that you may know of?
There are 0 to none also, because but it varies. But we don't encounter a lot of side effects. We don't encounter a lot of side effects. But because it's a drug, I did mention that
it will.
Yeah, it might react to different bodies as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might have different.
But the
Not necessarily
chances are-
side effects,
yeah.
but effects on the body,
On the body.
will vary.
Yeah, because your body needs to probably your body might respond differently to the drug.
Okay.
So it's in that instant. But in a lot of cases and in a lot of prescriptions that we give out, a lot of our clients do not have any side effects. They complain about or come back to us about.
Okay, no, that's good then. That's good then.
It's
And then,
very safe to use.
no, very sounds safe. Sounds safe. And finally, just a quick recap of both drugs that you want to give. It's a short one, and then you can tell us where people can find your offices and how they can get a hold of you and all of that. Floor is yours.
All right. So just a brief about the prescriptions that we spoke about.
Yes.
I spoke about PrEP, which is a pre-exposure prophylaxis, a pill that you take before the risk and before you have sex.
All right.
Take it for 7 days. After 7 days, you can have sex without a condom, and you are safely secured to not contract the HIV virus in case of any exposure that you might put yourself into. Right? It's taken daily to reduce the risk of contraction. And the side effects are 0 to none.
And
there's PEP.
And it's effective.
It's very
To
effective,
100%.
99.9% effective. So with PEP or PEP, PEP is a post-exposure prophylaxis that you take after the risk has incurred. If you've broken a condom, slept with somebody that you don't know, had a one-night stand and are suspicious, or in some instances, if you were raped, unfortunately for some,
Yes.
or in the case of a cut, that you've helped somebody with a cut and you realize
And
that you also
you're
got a
unsure.
unsure. Yes.
Okay.
So those are the two pills, and anybody that wants them, all the services that I mentioned are free of charge. The screening that we also provide are free of charge. Our offices are situated on number 72 Fair Road here in Vincent, and they can catch us on Facebook at It's Engagements Health on Facebook and also on Instagram at Engagements Health.
And your offices are?
At 72 Fair Road, Vincent.
Which is just up the road from you.
It's
around the corner.
Conveniently so, a client could just pop into our DMs on social media or
Yes.
on Instagram and tell us where they are, and we could definitely travel to where they are and go service them.
Oh, so you guys are
Mobile
Mr. D
clinic,
for...
Mr. D for Mr. D delivery.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mr. D for the D.
Alright, not exactly my words.
Okay.
Not exactly my words, but Mr. D for the D.
Anyway.
It goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the DM.
In the
you very much, Mel. We will
Pleasure.
see you next week,
Next
Monday.
week, Monday.
Yes,
Definitely
we're seeing
looking
you on
forward
Monday
to-
now.
So any questions, people can pop them up.
yes.
Like on your social media page.
On our social media
And
page,
also
we
on
will
our
forward
social
them to
media
you.
pages. Definitely.
We can do a
appreciate
recap of what what we spoke about. If they have any questions, we'll start with that on next week's episode.
Definitely.
Yeah. So feel free, guys.
Feel free.
This is for your help
Your
anyway.
help, your
Yeah.
charge, we are there for you.
Yeah, understand.
And must be safer, guys. Like,
Let's do that, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Be prideful and
In-
mischievous ways.
Yes. Yeah, well, just keep it gangster. Let's keep it gangster.
Yeah.
You understand? Let's get into some music, man. The Let's Just Drive mix is coming up. I'm gonna let Mel go. This is Black Motion with Lalela. This features Elimpilo. Thank you very much to to Engagement's Health. Yeah,
With
it's time.
Maldivo.
Yep. We'll see him on Monday.